Max, you got commandeered this weekend. You got given orders this weekend by Joseph.
What do you mean? Oh, the Nationals?
Yeah, no. Well, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that because you didn't do well at the Nationals, and JQ is now all that hard work that I done of like just tearing him down and letting him realize that his results don't matter anymore. One win at the Nationals, and that head's gotten bigger again, and he's all about comeback. He's all serious down there at the World's Warm-Up, practicing and all this type of stuff. You were supposed to beat him. And then, but you know what, man? I'd sent him a message and I said, you know what? Sometimes the master still can defeat the apprentice in order for the apprentice to become a master. But what doesn't kill you will make you stronger. And Max will be back with a vengeance. That's what I sent him. That.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he'll suck. He'll suck at the other races. So I think I'll be fine.
But good news is you tomorrow are headed out to the World's Warm-Up. We're going to talk about that plus more on this podcast. It's all about Southern Nats World's Warm-Up. And you know what? I think it's time that we drop that intro and get on with talking about the racing that's happening this weekend.
Nitro is the glory, but e-buggy pays the bills. Welcome to the No Name RC podcast. Get ready for some serious bench racing. But be warned, we speak our minds, express our thoughts, and sometimes things can get a little rowdy.
Hate, and he just was influenced by the hate coming from the left, the hate coming from the right.
And let's get back to more club racing and less of this money-grabbing book racing.
It's hard not to be arrogant when you're always right. Yeah.
See what I mean? That's exactly why people call you arrogant, Max.
You may not agree with everything we say, but it's definitely worth a listen.
And our pick, can you stop whatever you're doing?
Join your host, Lefty the Great, with co-hosts and guests as they get together to chat RC.
Hey, after that race that I watched this morning, I have to talk about it.
Here we go. $100 right here, $100 throw. Oh no! I like this.
Yes, indeed. Nitro is the glory, but e-buggy pays the bills. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode number 192. That's right, we're 8 away from 200. 192 of the No Name RC podcast. I'm your host, Keno White, aka Lefty the Great. To my left is my vice host, Max Mort. You're not even vice champion right now after that beating that bad race that you had this past weekend. But welcome, Max. Welcome everybody. Yeah, we're here. It's episode number 192. Max is flying out tomorrow morning to the World Warm-Up. We're going to talk about how that came about. I know I told everybody that Barry Baker was going to be on this week, but he actually just messaged me before I came here as we're recording this and said that he's busy this weekend. And I knew he was going to be busy. And to be honest, I think I kind of want to do Barry with you and JQ on. And it's so funny because I went in this group, this new group in Texas, and one of the guys listens to the pod, and he was like, "Max is Barry's son," and I was laughing, because they you guys must it seems like to people but I definitely think we're gonna get Barry on her very soon, but it has to be on a weekend because of time differences. So no guest this weekend. Max and I, and also Max got kind of busy. He was busy at work. And then, yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. Before we do all of that, I want to say thank you, shout out to all of the NNRC squad around the world. Honestly, guys, we can't do this without you. I appreciate everybody that goes on our channels, and YouTube's been growing a little bit, Instagram's been growing a little bit. Yeah, we need you to help us out there. Thank you. We appreciate it. The audio downloads are still there. Yeah, thank you guys, man. You know, coming up on 4 years of doing this in 200 episodes. Thank you, everybody. Also, patrons of the NNRC. Thank you guys. I know we were supposed to do a patron only pod, but we'll explain why it didn't happen in a minute. But yeah, unfortunately, no patron only pod. But our good buddy here we're gonna get together next week and do one for you. We'll tell you, you know, you're going to the world's warm up, so we're gonna have a great recap next weekend, right?
Yeah.
But we're gonna have a Patreon recap where we're gonna talk about all the lowdown and yeah, we're gonna talk about all this stuff you can't say publicly, I think. So yeah, we're gonna do that next week. I probably shouldn't have said that out loud, didn't it? But anyway, thank you to all the patrons. If you wish to be a patron, you can. The link is in the written description of this podcast. Also, remember, guys, we can't do this without sponsors, and we need you guys to show the sponsors love. And we have coupon codes, we have affiliate links. If you could help, that helps us out. Or even if you don't have any, just say, hey, what's up? I heard about you on the No Name RC podcast. It helps us out a lot. Invisible Speed, we need to get that going. Like, this is the tool that I think that will help everybody get better, especially if you're a newbie. Invisible Speed, I do know that a top YouTube star has it right now, and he's gonna try it out and give his opinion on it. So I'm excited to see about that. I want to spoil the surprise, but yeah, check out Invisible Speed. Joseph will. I haven't been in the Discord for a minute, so I don't know what's going on. I have to say, but Invisible Speed, and I believe we'll talk more with Joseph about that next week. TZO 200 tires. I think they're getting ready to drop their website soon, and you can order tires. So shout out to TZO. High Tech RC, thank you to High Tech for all their support. Check them out. TNR Fuels, Mayako, Beach RC, Techno RC, Lugs Racing Tires, JQSM, G-Spec RC Tuning, Papa Willie's Traction Tonic, Racecraft USA, Clinic RC, RCGP, House of RC, the DR Race Shop, and JTP RC, and our new sponsor, Sun Padal USA. Shout out to our winners from last week's giveaway. Jared Malveda, he won the 2S battery. He was the first person to list all 3 world champions and what they won on YouTube. So congratulations, he was quick. And my other buddy, Chris Boyder, he wins the 4S battery because he went and he was able to tag both places and share me. And he was like one of the only guys that did it. So he won, and he was the first person to do it. So congratulations to those guys. Thank you, Sampadal, for your support. Check them out, guys. Sampadal.usa.com. The link for that is in the written description of that podcast. We're going to be doing some more giveaways here soon. We're going to do some TZO giveaways here soon as well. So check that all out. But Max, dude. Oh, also everybody, affiliate links. All of that is in the written description. You can save money. We've got coupon codes for like Papa Willie's, G-Spec, RC Tuning, Racecraft, all that stuff. Affiliate links helps us out. We greatly appreciate it. We thank you to all the sponsors that show us love. We can't do it without them. All right, Max. So good news. You are off to the World's Warm-Up. Wasn't planned on being like that. You messaged me Monday and you're like, dude, I might be going to the World's Warm-Up. And I was like, eh? And then you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go be Ronnefalk's mechanic. No, because I guess Adrian isn't going, I'm not sure. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're gonna be Joseph's mechanic.
Probably both. I mean, Joseph's project probably won't make it straight to the semis anyway, so I'll probably be his mechanic.
We'll talk about that.
Quarter.
Yes, but you get to go. You're gonna.
Yeah,
you know what, Max?
I'll be testing after the event anyway.
Right. So you're gonna stay there a day or so afterwards and test. Yeah. So that's what you really want to do.
At least one day, but yeah, I don't know yet. Depends on the flight. Because I got work next week too. So.
Right. Actually, you started work. You're working at the hobby shop. You know. So that you just started this week, and now you have to ask for time off. Luckily, your boss is pretty cool, I think. But this is a great opportunity for you to go. I know you weren't planning on this. You got a little testing. You haven't been to Redovan for a minute. Some desperately need some time on the car after this weekend. We know that.
Yeah,
you know,
kind of. But I mean, my speed was fine. You
just didn't like the track. It was really rough.
Yeah, I mean, the main was a fucking horror show for me.
Yeah, well, Joseph likes it rough. So you know him.
Yeah, that's like Yeah, he fucking loved it. Like all day he was like smiling, like, oh, I like when my car fucking jumps out of the track in the back straightaway. Yeah, he's insane.
That's what he likes.
Yeah.
But you know what, Max? I know you still want to race and all that stuff, but I've always seen you as a mechanic for a racer for some reason. Like not even just
Okay.
a race engineer. That's what I call it.
Yeah.
I think race engineers are something that's going to be something in RC like that everybody needs at some points. I mean, most guys have them, but I honestly see you being really good at that because you're really good at explaining things. You have fucking patience too. That's a big thing. I rarely see you get upset, even when and you're very you're also very strong-willed, but you have to be. So I think you're gonna do this weekend, and I think you're gonna enjoy it more than you think. And
yeah, I mean, I've been a mechanic before, and I do like it. But then, like I like it for like in the beginning, but then I'm like, oh, I kind of want to race myself,
right. Well,
The
and
main
also
car
hopefully,
fun,
also the good thing about you going is you're gonna take your microphone and your camera, and you're gonna try and get some interviews for us. So that'd be great.
yeah.
But even just that, just your knowledge about the being there at the race, because unfortunately we don't have any coverage of it. That we will have some firsthand knowledge of what happened at the race. So I'm looking forward to that, and obviously I'm going to be bugging you for video and stuff like that throughout the weekend.
Yeah.
So yeah, so good stuff. You're flying out tomorrow morning?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Okay.
Very early. I'll be there probably at noon. So
okay.
So then
All right.
just someone will pick me up at the airport, and I'll go to the track.
Oh my gosh! And where do you fly from? Helsinki to where?
To Alicante. It's like 60 kilometers away, so not that bad.
So are you flying direct to Alicante or?
Yeah, direct.
So because I'm looking at flights too, and I can only get to Madrid, and then like Alicante is so far. Like it's like shit. I'm almost gonna drive out of Madrid, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
But anyway, Max, let's real quick. I just want to go over a few things before we get into the actual meat and potatoes of this podcast. So, Max, I sent you a picture. So I just wanted to say something. And I thought about it last week, man. I've been doing this now, working RC for 5 years. And I sent you that picture this week. Like I was wrenching on the Techno MT410. Thank you, Techno RC, for Matt Walter for getting that to me. I forgot how much fun wrenching was, and how relaxing it can be, and how good it is to just chill out sometimes, listen to music or listen to something, and wrench. And I've been doing that lately. I forgot. I put all of that so far behind me to focus on being a team manager for JQ Racing, and then doing this. That shit. The last time I actually even raced was 2018. You know what I mean? I haven't raced the car since 2018. So I mean, I'm not racing, but I definitely like just wrenching, and then I'm like, oh damn it! Like, and since that time, I'm like, oh, I need to get this tool and all this type of tool. But yeah, I'm feeling good. This is my journey back to enjoying doing RC. It's going through the bashing world. I'm gonna build the Mayako next, complete engine, servers, all that stuff for it. So I'm gonna build that next. I'm doing my Animal Cat, my boat, the electric boat that I'm trying to go over 100 miles an hour with. We've got to finish that off. We're filming that. My buddy Joba's helping me out with. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm gonna start doing what I've been saying I'm gonna do. Get out, do more RC, do it with my family. I'm gonna fix up this empty tank. But I you know what, man? I think I need an intervention because, dude, I'm going goo. Well, I am going.
You're doing an intervention on yourself.
I am going like fucking goo for monster trucks right now, like RC monster trucks, like the Losi LMT and those type of trucks that look like real monster trucks. Because I watched this, what it is on Instagram, I see this guy called Big America, and what it is just a Losi LMT, and it looks, and he slurs it on, and he adds like real songs, and I spend a good portion of an hour watching these because I think it's so cool. And I've always talked about freestyle RC, right? Like actually doing freestyle RC, like 360s, grinds and all that stuff. No, I haven't, not with the LMT, not with the Losis. Those are like, no, I've seen guys doing scale freestyle That's the other thing.
Yeah.
So check this. They had this big event, like at Dennis Anderson, who's the owner of Gravedigger. They had it in North Carolina. I think John Schultz Jr., his son, won it. But I didn't even know this. There's a dude that races. He's a black dude. I can't remember his name. Like the only black guy that races monster trucks. He actually got into full-scale monster truck racing through RC monster truck racing. Can you believe that? Like he was going to these events. Yeah, like my buddy was. I didn't know this. So I'm doing some. I really like to get this guy on just because, like, like my buddy was telling me, like, this guy was doing these events. These are big, like, and they're also held alongside, I think, real Monster Jam events too at some point.
Yeah.
So this guy was doing these events, and he still does them. Like, so he was at this event, but he's a professional monster truck driver. I think he drives the zombie car. So I know whoever's listening to this, they'll know who he is. I don't remember his name. But when my buddy Pete Phillips was telling, because he's like my monster truck guy, he was telling me about it. I was like, no way, I want to interview this guy. I think that's so interesting. But I'm definitely wanting a monster truck or 4, 3, 2. I don't know, man.
I'm not that into monster trucks.
I know you ain't. I know you ain't. And you can't get into my this part of what I'm geeking out on. Because you Joseph just think racing, you know what I mean? So anyway,
I mean, I kind of like bashing though. But it's I just like a car that has a lot of power and
see, with these Techno MT410s, I was watching a guy. He's doing like proper in a skate park freestyle stuff, like doing tricks, going up doing 360s. If this was a short wheelbase and it flips fast, and like he was doing a whole routine. It was pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to getting that. I need to figure out what electronics. I need to get some money up to get electronics. That's the issue. So right there. Yeah. Once I get some electronics, or I might use some out of her. We'll see what happens. But you guys know this. Give me some heads up on some electronics to put into this Techno MT410. Also, Max, real quick, I've recovered. It's been a year since I did my last food challenge. No, less than a year. I did a sour one. Sour one wasn't the same. But I am ready to do another food challenge. And I want to do it. I want somebody to suggest a good food challenge. The last one nearly really messed me up, but that's all right. He raised a lot of money for the young kid, but unfortunately he's passed away, Yannick Strong. But I'd like to raise some money. I'd like to do it with a food challenge. And you know what? I want you guys, the audience, to look up and tell me which food challenge I should do. It's got to be hot. I think the hot ones are the best because that's the real punishment, so it's got to be hot and not like crazy. I'm not like, I want like a proper food challenge that people like. I've done the Packy Chip twice and I've done the Toe of Satan. So I'm looking to, I'm looking to top the Toe of Satan and raise some money. I don't know who I'm going to raise money for. I don't know who I'm going to raise money for, but and you know what, guys? I'm on inverter right now. There's no electricity here in the office, so I'm sweating. It's not too bad in here, but I got lights on me, and we're roughing it. All right, shout outs real quick. Shout out to my boy The Wing down in Australia, 3rd in e-buggy this past weekend. Shout out to Jack Parsi. This is a lot of Australians this weekend. Young Jack came 2nd at that race in Australia, and the thylacine Aaron Dexter, he won over on I think it's on the west coast of Australia. Good to see Australia racing. I think Scotty even was down there calling a on-road race. So Scotty's starting to travel internationally now to do races, which is good to see. So I wanted to shout out to somebody who's been doing some good work. And I think that YouTube channel needs to get up to 1,000 subs, and it's time. I want to shout out to my boy Lucas Lauren, aka Captain Ahab. He's been doing some great videos and vlogs from his travels around the Southeast and the races that he's been going to for Beach RC. If you guys haven't checked it out, go find Beach RC on YouTube, and he's got the Captain Ahab and the White Whale Chronicles, and he's been doing a great job on his vlogs. He's getting really good at editing. So shout out to Lucas and Beach RC for bringing those to us. Go check them. Go give them a sub, and let's get that YouTube channel going. Also, I was asked, so this is how life happens sometimes. I know we're rambling, but I gotta talk about this stuff. So sometimes in life things happen. I've learned, I've had people on this podcast say to me, oh, this podcast helped me get through this time, or you JQ and Max helped me get through this time, or listening to you guys helped me get through this time and I couldn't race. Some people hate us. I get it. But sometimes we do some good things here. And I went into a group this past weekend that I got invited to. It was, I think, Mike Hobby's group down in Texas. Another great track and hobby shop that I would like to visit one day. And I just kind of went in there, I go into groups and I was like, hey, do we have questions for the podcast? And one guy was like, thought I was a scammer. He's like, is this a scammer? Like, or is this really like Keenan? And I was like, oh, it's Keenan. And then it just, I met a whole group of people that I haven't met, like just online. And one of the guys asked me to shout out one of his good friends. And I'm actually started talking to this guy and got to know him. He's actually got cancer and is going through chemo. And he's just kind of finding the podcast. And one of his buddies wanted to shout out to him. And I think this is cool. And I appreciate that people even want us to do these shout outs. But I guess maybe sometimes like just acknowledging somebody like this will help them, just help that day a little better. And so apparently, I believe, let me get this right. So it's Adam Simmons, I think his name is. I was talking to him today. Yes, it is Adam. So his good buddy down there wanted to give him a shout out on the podcast, but they wanted to tell something what they done. So this guy, he wanted to get a truggy. And these guys all run HB and whatnot, I know, and like Dylan Caldwell, and they said Keith Burkett and a couple other guys. They all got together and pitched in and bought this guy a HB truggy. He said Integrity, RC Grove, and a couple other people did that. And they pitched in and bought this guy a truggy. And he's been wanting to order it, but his medical bills, because he's got cancer right now and is going through chemo, and that prevented it. And I just wanted to shout out to that group of people. And this man who's going through his cancer battle at this time, Adam. When I see stuff like this is what really, I think this is so great about RC. You know what I mean? These type of things, helping out people in need, or just being nice to people. Like, this really moves me. I like this type of stuff. I like to see this because it still shows me that we have, I say this all the time, like, it doesn't matter what background, race, nationality, politics, and all sex, all that type of stuff. The one common thing that we have is RC. And it's good to see our family, our people come together and do things like that, man. Because it's nice to do nice things for people who are, like, you never know what position you're going to be in life where you have to accept help from somebody. I know I've been there plenty of times. So this community, shout out to them who came together and did this for this gentleman. I wish Adam all the best in his chemo and his fight against cancer. It's probably the fight of his life. And I hope that he enjoys these podcasts as he just discovered them. Believe me, I find people that like just discovered the podcast and then they binge all 190 something episodes. That's crazy. It's taken them 6 months or longer, but they've gone through the whole 990 plus episodes. So shout out to Adam Simmons and shout out to those guys who brought that to my attention. Maybe this guy might be the guy that I do the food challenge for. Max, maybe it is. I know I had to get those shout outs in, and shout outs to everybody. I think that's a popular segment for people, and it gives us some connection to our listeners, so I really enjoy that stuff. All right, Max, we're gonna get into some RC news, and the RC news is brought to you by High Tech RC. High Tech RCD is a leader in RC systems, delivering the highest performance and reliability, supported by a dedicated customer service personnel. The HSB 938-1TH service and the new DB8778 WPs, which I saw done pretty good up there at the Carpet Nationals for JC Carpet Nationals. They're meant for 10-scale vehicles. They all have efficient brushless motors, titanium gears, low consumption, constant output, and a metal case. They're also manufactured with high technology, bringing their industrial servo innovation to the racing and hobby side. We also have the RDX2 Pro charger, which I love. It has a Bluetooth dongle. I hook up my 2 batteries here and I charge away and monitor as I do that. One of the best chargers I work with. Trust in High Tech, your servo and charger headquarters. You can visit hightechrcd.com where to buy to find your nearest retailer. Thank you to High Tech RCD. We greatly appreciate it. Max, we got a little bit of news. Eurobees next week, Max. Where are they?
Yeah.
I don't even know.
I don't know. I can't remember.
Yeah, I would think you would think Afro. I mean, maybe it's on their website.
Okay. Yeah, I'll check their website.
Excuse me, everybody. But yeah, we got the Eurobees. Now, this is something that I do like, but this is also probably one of the reasons why RCGP is also having a low entry. I forgot this race is like the week before RCGP almost.
Yeah, so the Eurobee is in fairing.
Oh, right. So it's in fairing. Probably the track with the weirdest driver stand ever, because it's like right in the corner of the track. But big track, doesn't change. You've raced there, Max. Thoughts on this track?
Yeah.
Eurobees.
I like it.
You've done Eurobees too, right?
Yeah, I did Eurobees three times, I think, in the past. But yeah, I've been to fairing before, actually quite many times, because of Euros being there before, and there were a lot of races in the past. So it's a great track. I like it. It's very high speed, and you have to drive very carefully. But it's the dirt is kind of forgiving, especially if it's a bit wet, so you can still attack it quite hard. So it's a very enjoyable track to drive on, but you sort of have to push quite hard to be really fast. That's what I feel like.
With the driver stand being, it's not only is it one of those rare tracks that has the track that goes far away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of being, it's also kind of like far away and in the corner a little bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like
it is kind of, but I think the track sort of goes up to the other side, so it's a bit easier to see. And yeah, I kind of actually like it. It's like, for example, like another track which has the driver stand at the end of the track is Sanda Mine. That track that had the 2014 Euros. That track is really difficult because the driver stand is very low, and then the track is up hills, like very steeply up hills, and then you're at the end of it. So you're driving very far away, and it's almost at your eye level, and it's like very hard to see the car. That's something that was very tricky. But I think the fairing one is a bit easier. I never had too big of issues with that in fairing.
Well, it looks like a very beautiful facility from the pictures that I saw when RCGP went there.
The facility is one of the best in Europe for sure.
Yeah. So what are the classifications, or how does the Eurobees work? Because it's meant for like the younger or amateur racers. So how does one explain it so people that may not know what we're talking about? Just explain to people what the Eurobee actually is.
Yeah. So basically, it's like you have Euro A, and then like Afro wanted to do a Euro B, like aim to like for young drivers and drivers that are coming up to get some sort of big result and a win. So I don't know exactly what the rule is, because I know they changed it, but it used to be if you're finished in the top 50 in the Euro A, then you are sort of not able to attend Euro B for 5 years. I think it was before, but I think they reduced that to 3, but I'm not sure.
Okay. All right.
But
so
basically that, and it might be some like if you finish top 15 at the Euro warm-up, like FRGP, then it's the same. But I'm not 100% sure, so I don't know about that.
Okay. I wonder if I don't think we'll have coverage for this, unfortunately.
Oh, RC Racing TV will be there.
Really? Are they going to be there?
I think
sure?
so. I mean, I think they always do Euro B.
Okay. We have to check their schedule. It might be. I think I heard Nick say something about it, so it might be. I don't know. He probably did say it on the podcast. I just can't remember. Well, if it is, I'll be looking forward. The only problem is it's not no real top drivers over there, so it doesn't, but it's good for people who are watching, obviously, who are watching from home and all that type of stuff. Well, the one good thing about the Euros is that it's countries, you know what I mean? So it's like individual countries competing against each other. So I do like that. All right. I see Live RC upgraded their vehicle. They let out a promotion video for the Visions RC race that's happening in July. I look forward to this race and the coverage from Live RC. Did you see it? They got like this big semi truck now and a bigger trailer, I guess, whatever. So, but I think this is just Live RC getting ready to try to, I think, also more full scale racing as well.
Yeah, I think it could be.
Yeah. I saw some people complaining like, "Oh, you're making all this money and all this." Well, I mean, the object of business is to make money too. I mean, it is a bit. Yeah. It's like the #1 website and RC news place in the world, and they're making money. They have to make money. So we got RCGP OSPI coming up here soon, very shortly. I'll be leaving in 2 weeks' time. They're doing a track change. This is pretty rare because they don't do track changes at this track much. So
actually, this track has changed quite a bit. Like this is one of the in Italy actually tracks change quite a bit.
Okay.
Like in Italy, they do make quite drastic changes oftentimes. Some tracks stay the same, but like this track, for example, it has been different almost every year. They change it almost every year.
Okay, sweet. Well, I just hope they don't get rid of the arched bridge. I'm getting excited to go there. I'm getting excited to go there. It's gonna be fun, even though it's not gonna be a lot of entries. I think we're gonna have Ronnefalk, Ongaro, Boots, Canas, Zankatine. Who else?
Yeah.
Who else? Nemo will have Lee.
Yeah.
SRX.
Canas.
So I see Beach RC released their team. It's gonna be Valente. And who's the other kid? He's a full scale, like real racer.
Yeah, Max. So he's a German driver, Max Hesse. So
okay.
He's done quite well before, but he
raced
doesn't
RC
drive
too, didn't he?
Yeah. I
believe he did.
He races. He races RC still, like all the time.
Right.
But he races mostly in Germany because probably full scale racing takes too much time. But yeah, I mean he went to Padova last winter, and he finished in the main. I don't know where he finished, but he was in the main. I know that. So he's not like he
can drive.
Yeah, he's a very good RC driver, and I mean he's just.
What does he race full scale?
And I don't know exactly what the class is, but it's some touring class.
All right. Well, I look forward to meeting him at there. Maybe he's a future guest.
Yeah.
Maybe he's a future guest. All right. You know what? That's enough news. I don't really have much to go on. I know there was a lot of racing this past weekend as well. A lot of regional racing. I think they had the Hank up in the NCT, but it got rained out, I believe. I knew there was something. I haven't heard all the news. I don't know who the gentleman is, but they had a big Super Chips race, like no prep RC drag race this past weekend as well. Big race. And a gentleman passed away there. Like had a heart. I believe I was told that he had a heart attack. And he passed away, and he's 43 years old, and I believe he left 2 young children. He's my age. He left 2 young children, and I just wanted to send condolences out to his family. I don't know who he is. I haven't seen his. I don't know. And I believe he's from Texas. That's what I was told. But our condolences go to his family. and the no prep community. So that's always sad, you know what I mean, to lose a family member like our RC part of our RC family, but at a race, and they actually had to. The race was stopped after this too, so they didn't finish it. So it's a hard thing, man. Hard thing. Like, do you want to finish a race when something like that happens too? You know what I mean? So, man, our condolences go out to him, and his family and all of the community, which is such a big community of no prep racers as well. Very sad whenever we lose a member of our community. All right, you know what, Max? We're gonna go pay some bills, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about Southern Nats. And with that said, I would like to thank Techno RC for all their support. They've been a long-time supporter of this podcast. And Techno has got a squad going to Southern Nats, and they got 2 decent guys going to the World's Warmup too. So we'll talk about that in a bit. But thank you, Techno RC, for all your continued support, and of course for the Techno MT410.
Techno RC. Techno RC. Techno RC is a premium manufacturer specializing in 8th and 10th scale high-performance off-road RC buggies and trucks. Visit www.technorc.com for a complete catalog of their products. Techno RC. Excellence in engineering. Hashtag Techno Takeover.
Yes, thank you to Techno. In fact, that's where Joe Bornhorst jumping an MT410 over his car park roof.
Yeah.
Doing 3 backflips. I'm going to do as many backflips as I can with mine. Southern Nationals, Max. This is very big race. Very great. I love this race. I went in 2018. It wasn't under race time. It was under another gentleman who's parted ways from us as well. One of the guys, Caleb, and his buddy, Caleb Hamby, was the main guy. He passed away in a car accident late last year, just before Christmas last year. Very sad too. I met him, very nice man. They used to do these races. And then the race time took it over. And they've continued the heritage of it, and it's going. It's still a capped race. I believe it's capped this year. We haven't seen the track. So they're keeping the track tight-lipped. I think they'll reveal it as we record this. It's Thursday afternoon, so I'm hoping that they reveal it tonight. So we haven't seen the track, but this is to me, I look at the Southern Nationals. It's like the Southern DNC. That's how I want to put it. It's a big race it's a big race for a lot of people that live on that eastern side of Texas, like whatever, Dallas, and that what they go to this race. Like it's their, a lot of these guys may not go to PNB and all these other races, but they go to this race, So they go to this race. A lot of the guys from Louisiana, Arkansas, Florida. I saw a lot, like the J Concepts guys going up there. So this race has turned into one. It's super convenient. It's inside. It's all AC. You're separated from the actual racing, so you can pit inside and not be, you're not in the dust and the noise and all that. You can be out there if you want. One of the best facilities I've seen to have a race. The hotels are literally like across the parking lot. You can, that's a pretty far walk, but you can go, and everything's there, like food, amenities, because it's in Monroe, which is in Louisiana, and it's in a it's in a good spot, like, you know what I mean? So it's a high traffic area where people go through. Getting there is a little bit difficult. I would say you'd have to fly into Texas if you was coming international, but it's definitely a great race. Joseph even likes this race. Like, he likes the facility. He liked the way the track was built when the other guy was doing it. I know people, I think Bobby's going to go all out on this track because he went kind of mild at PNB. And people, some people liked it, some people don't. So I hope he goes because this track was always known to have these big elevation and all this type of stuff. That's why I always liked it. And when I went, we got to see that last year of it. So I hope that Bobby gets to that point and makes a nice, something nice, like something with some big jumps or something. I can't wait. This race will be stacked. Because a lot of these guys didn't go to the World's Warm-Up. We'll talk about the guys who will be there. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to this. We'll have coverage. So it won't be live RC. It be Danny, our buddy, Danny Paz, who does all of my video intros that you've seen. He even on this, no, he didn't do this last one. That was Zach. But the video intros that we do for our trips, Danny does this. So Danny's been working with Lance McDonald in the Florida RC Championships, and they stream them, they video them. They it's really nice what they're doing on there. Dan is really smart. Like, Dan is the guy I wanted to take with me to the Nationals and DNC to take pictures and to help me out. So he's going on, I think, with his brother to do the stream, which is good because last year I remember we was complaining about the video of the Southern Nationals. So it's good to see. I give kudos, like, even though people think like I get it, Dave's probably still mad at me and think that I have no issues with Dave, but I'm glad to see that he's, found a solution for some cover, for some better coverage of his races. You know what I mean? So we're gonna
100%,
yeah. So we're gonna get some decent. I mean, the coverage wasn't bad last year. You know what I mean? I think it was one camera though. That was the only problem. So you couldn't really see much, but we got to see the most important stuff.
Yeah, last year was like from the corner, right? So
yeah, but it was moving. It moved.
It moved, but from the very corner,
right.
So you couldn't.
So I don't know how many cameras Dan is gonna set up. He did do the Florida Carpet Championship, but the issue was they had a big storm there and it messed with the internet that they had. So, but he's super smart, and I think between him, Jacob, and his whoever else they're gonna have working with him, I think we're gonna see some decent coverage, really good coverage come out of Southern this year. And you know what? Congrats, thank you, Dave. Thank you. I really thank you, Race Time. Thank you, Dave. Because I'm glad you finally, I'm seeing the importance of having coverage, proper coverage. And I think Danny's going to do a great job of it. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I'll be watching the Southern Nats this weekend because I can't watch your warm-ups, but I already ranted about that last week. So, Max, this race last year was the race that kind of upset Mayfield's perfect season.
It was, but
yes.
Yeah. I mean, it was after Nationals though, like the Roar Nationals. So, I mean, after that, if I was Mayfield, I'd be like, okay, I won everything this year.
Yeah, but he didn't win anything this weekend. Nothing. No E-Buggy. So he was set to win Nitro Buggy and E-Buggy. But if you remember, this is when I would say Fenn straight up just beat him. Well, he straight up beat him at the Nationals this year. But I think Mayfield helped himself lose.
Yeah, this Southern Nats, if Mayfield just kept his head together, he would have won.
Last year. Yeah, remember we slid that down and we showed it. We made that mistake and then he tried to cut and got into the pipe there. So I think he wants to get revenge for that. And then we had the E-Bug. This is when Mason Fuller announced to the world, hey, I am no longer a fanboy. Never been a fanboy. I am a champion. And he probably one of the best passes ever. On Mayfield for the win last corner. Awesome.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't call it one of the greatest passes ever, but it was definitely how would you call it? Exciting.
Well, I think Ronnefalk's jump pass over Ty Tasman at the line is probably the greatest pass ever.
Oh yeah, last corner pass that's probably.
But this was a last corner pass too. But he didn't jump over him.
Yeah.
So I think I really can't say much about this because I haven't seen the track. I can just talk about my experience. I think it's going to be a good race. I'm happy that we have coverage, but I'm going to say it right now. I don't think Ryan Mayfield or Dakota Fenn will win Pro Nitro Buggy.
Why?
I don't know, man. I just have a feeling.
Is anyone going? Okay, so
I think everybody's going.
Warmup?
Yeah. So the only American or drivers that would have attended this that are going to the World's Warm-Up are Jared Wiggins, Spencer Rifkin's there, and I see Jason Rona's there too.
Yeah.
And Ty Tasman's there. Mm-hmm. We'll talk about the World's Warm-Up in a minute because I got a lot to talk about with that. Who you picking, Max? I'm getting Mason Fuller. You know what? This is the race that Mason Fuller wins Pro Nitro Buggy.
Maybe, but it does this race, like when Bobby does it, it gets kind of polished and bumpy, like last year. Remember?
Yeah. You know
Yeah,
what? And
I
then
don't
we,
dig
we don't
that
have to worry about
formation.
Tasman. We don't have to worry about Rivkin. So take those two because I think they would have been top 5. So let's take them out of the top 5. Right?
Yeah, okay.
I say I think Fuller wins. I think I don't know. I don't know who my second and third are. I think I want to see Brandon Rose have a good weekend after a disappointing Silver State because he was doing well in a disappointing Silver State, and this will be like his home DNC. Like he's got to do it for Texas, but I guarantee you, Fuller. I think Cole's going to be faster too. I think all the HB guys are going to be faster. But
yeah, I mean,
yeah, it's hard to call,
yeah,
but it's just a stacked race, dude. This is a fucking stacked race, Max.
I can't. Oh, Cavalieri will be there.
Now
He
let's
could
look at
be
who.
good.
All right, so let's look at results from last year. Last year was Fend, Rivkin, Cav, so he wasn't third. So Cav,
Yeah.
maybe the GOAT, feeling all sprucey after Silver State. You know what I mean? TQ,
Yeah.
second place in Truggy, having a shitty nitro buggy, pressures on. Maybe we see the GOAT show everybody why he's the best. Brandon Rose finished 7th at this race last year. Mason Fuller finished 10th. I think we're gonna see Mason Fuller do a lot better this year. So you ain't making the picks. I'm going Fuller, Tebow, Ogden.
I'm going Mayfield, Fuller, Tebow.
Okay. I went out on a serious limb right there of my picks.
You
no
did.
Mayfield, no Fend.
But
Ogden.
I'd rather be right than be wrong and exciting.
No, I would rather just go on in a ring of fire. I would rather do that. I think because Ogden's faster. Ogden is fast here.
Yeah, but I've sort of made a conscious choice
I know you
to
have.
never pick him again because
I know you have.
If like the statistically picking him is like the worst thing ever to do, even if you know this is his one of the best races of the year and this is like his home track or something, you shouldn't pick him because statistically it's not worth it.
Wow, Max. But I'm picking him. Top 3.
Yeah. And
Top
I
5.
was,
Brandon Rose.
I was trying not to throw shade at Cole, but it kind of came out that way.
I think Cole doesn't like you very. He probably doesn't like us right now. I don't think anybody in HB likes us right now. But
I don't care.
I think their car is going to be good here. I think he's faster, and I expect all this. I expect like Pavitas, and if like Rivkin and Wiggins is a finalist too. So maybe we'll see somebody like this. This will be a great chance for like a Seth Van Dalen, a Tyler Jones also to get a win or a good top 3.
Tyler
he
is like
he needs I think he needs it, and I think he needs it for his confidence. I think he has the ability and talent to do it. I think Seth needs it for his confidence as well.
Yeah, but
maybe we'll see them guys do well.
Seth had a top 5 at Silver State or PMB. I can't remember which one. But Seth has had some good results, whereas Tyler, I don't think he has even a top 5 from this year.
No, not in Nitro.
Yeah.
Not in Nitro. It's going to be interesting, and I can't wait to see what what Danny and Jacob and them guys do coverage-wise. I'm excited to see that. I'm really excited to see that.
Actually, one driver, Ryan Pavidis. This could be sort of the race where he actually like.
I could see him in a top 5. I could see him in top 5, 4th. I could see Pavidis in 4th.
Yeah. Because like he's crazy consistent, and he's always like 8th or 9th when he when he goes to races. So like maybe now it's like he's like go all out and try to get a top 5.
Hey, is Little Bump gonna win E-Truggy again?
I wish he wins.
I hope so. I think Truggy, I think Tebow, Mayfield, or Fenn. Like, I'm not gonna go into any of those three. Tebow won it last year, so I think he could win it. E-Buggy, Mason Fuller. No, I'm just going with Mason Fuller. There we go. E-Buggy. There we go.
I'm going.
I do want it to be
in
known.
Truggy, I'm going for Tebow.
Okay, I think Tebow too. I do want it to be known that if Mason Fuller does not win, it's not my fault. I am not jinxing him like I did
No.
Fenn.
Dude, like
Okay?
you are definitely jinxing him.
No, I have lost that jinx. Fend has wiped it away. Now I only pick winners.
Did you pick Fend at the Nats?
No, because I
Have
wanted
you
to prove a theory.
Have you ever picked Fend and then he won?
Yes. Don't ask me when, though.
What? Yeah, I don't think you have.
I can't remember. It's going to be good. I can't wait. It's going to be good. I just want to see the track. Mark Santeria.
Yeah.
So Mark Santeria, he had a video and he showed the track, but I can't see a track until it's got the pipe on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can see mounds of dirt and I could get an idea, but until I see the pipe on and see how it's supposed to go, I can't see. So I'll be watching tonight. Tonight, Thursday night, and see if they review the track. All right, Max. You know what? I know you've been holding back. You like JQ, because we're going to talk about European racing here in a second. So I know you're excited to talk about European racing, all that stuff. But you know what? I want to thank Beach RC for all their support. And thank you to Brent and all that he does for the podcast. If you guys can, we have an affiliate link that you can use. Helps us out and helps the podcast grow. You can use that. It's in the written description of this podcast. Thank you to Beach RC for all of their continued support.
BeachRC.com, the racers' one-stop online hobby shop. Choose from all the popular brands and variety in stock with super fast shipping and great customer service. BeachRC.com still has the local hobby shop feel with all the benefits of the internet. BeachRC.com is the exclusive distributor for Ultimate Racing, JQ Racing, Pro Circuit Racing Tires, Nitro Lux Fuels, and Assault RC Performance products. So fill up your cart and check out at BeachRC.com today.
Thank you to Beach RC for your continued support. I'm actually going to go on there and order some stuff for this MT410. I got to get some prep, some tires, a body, and I need to get one of the Assault RC. You know what I want? I've never had it. Like a turnbuckle tool. Never had one.
You never had a turnbuckle
not
tool?
adjusting turnbuckles, but to put they have those multi wrenches that have like you can push the a ball end tool. A ball end tool. Not a turnbuckle tool. Sorry. But Assault RC's got a nice one. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna get myself one. But Max, boom, bada boom. We have the world warm-up. All right. So I don't think people fully understand just how important and big this world championship is. Like, we have the world's warm-up this weekend from Redovan, Spain. I believe probably, I would say the biggest track, if not probably top 3 biggest tracks in the world.
I mean, probably something like Cinetic is only track that it comes close, but this track is huge.
You've raced there a few times, Max.
Yeah.
Huge track. I'm excited about it, but we have the warm-up this weekend. So this is our first world champion since 2018. You know, because it happens every 2 years. Longest reigning world champion ever. Davide Angaro.
Yeah.
So far, ever. 4 years, almost 4 years. Well,
actually, 4 years. That's not true because Menezes won twice in a row.
Twice?
I think.
Did he win twice in a row?
Oh, no, I don't think. It might have been not in a row.
Okay. I don't think anybody has won it consecutively.
That's true. I don't. Yeah.
So anyway, but we got to look at a lot of the storylines going into this. So this is the first world championships we've had in 4 years almost. And yeah, we have Ty Tessman, who's a world champion. We have David Ronnefalk, who is a world champion. And we have Davide Angaro, who is a world champion. So we have a chance where we can have a 2-time world champion. We have a chance where we can have the first consecutive world champion, and also putting 2 more years on top of his 4, that 3 and 3.5 that he already has now, or 3 and 3/4, would make him the longest reigning ever world champion. Davide Angaro. And let's be honest. Let's be honest with ourselves. He is one of the favorites to go in and win this race.
Yeah, he is. He's been very fast here before. So
yeah, he's where did he raced her before? They had a what race did they have her?
He raced at the Euros where he finished somewhere in the top 5. I don't know. I mean, he was very fast in the semis, like, and he.
Well, if the Euros was 2015, he still wasn't. He wasn't even on the scene.
He was still running Mugen, but he was in the main and he was really fast. And then 2018, when he was running Associated for the 2nd year now, he won the Neo race. Oh, sorry, finished 2nd at the Neo race here.
Oh, right. To who? Who won the Neo race that year?
Batya.
Okay. Dude, so we got this warm-up race this weekend. The only Americans attending this warm-up race, Rivkin, Jason Rona, Ty Tasman, and all the top guys in Europe going to be there. Every single top guy. We will have no coverage, unfucking fortunately. I'm so upset about that. Why couldn't we have InfoRC there? What's up with InfoRC? Is he not doing this stuff anymore or what?
Yeah, I don't know. I got no clue. I think he's just doing it for fun as a hobby or something.
Okay, so I mean, if Mark could have broke him off something to go here and do some coverage the way he does it, I wasn't expecting a full RC Racing TV team. But we're talking about the first worlds in 4 fucking years here, right? I don't think people understand how big the fucking worlds are. This is the pinnacle of this. Is look. I don't care what anybody says. People can talk about 8-scale onward being Formula 1 class and 2-wheel drive being this. 8-scale nitro buggy racing is the pinnacle of RC racing. Period.
Yeah.
I don't care. There's no debate. Like, there is no debate. You cannot. There's only been one person to win it twice. There's only been 3 Americans. No. 3 Americans to win this race. 1 Canadian. You know what I mean? So I think it's too. I have to harp on this because I went on and about it last week. Europe has dropped the ball with coverage this year. We've talked about it before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we was upset with people think we just started talking, but we talked about this before. We criticized Montpellier, we criticized IBC, we criticized EFRA for not having, e-buggy coverage. I know that RCGP, this was also one of the races that they were trying to get coverage for with the pay-per-view, but obviously that didn't work. So we don't have coverage, but you'll be there. Maybe you'll get some video from you. I think even Rona will be there. Maybe you'll get some video from Rona. That's fine. I mean, to be honest, I don't know if we've had warm-ups with coverage before, but I would think that they would want to generate as much interest in this world championship as possible, being as it's the first world championship.
But actually, it's interesting. World's warm-ups have had very bad coverage almost always. Like 2016, there was no live. It was just like Red RC was there, and then Neo. I don't think even Phil went there. I'm not sure, but like basically just like they did a few videos and such. But that's about it. It wasn't like full Neo coverage either. Right. If he even went. I don't think he did. So 2018 was absolutely nothing. Like, I think David and McBride were the only people there, pretty much, like, of the fast guys. So,
I mean, like non-American guys.
Were there any Americans at the warm-up?
I don't know. In 2016, I wouldn't know.
2018.
Oh, in 2018? Didn't Ty go?
I don't think he did, but he might have.
I believe
so, like 2016, 2016, everyone went, but no coverage though.
Oh, okay. Now, all right. So I have to say, I can understand why people didn't go to. No, they didn't have a warm. They had a warm up. Ty went, and then what they did for 2018 was extended So you had more practice. So they had like a warm up prior to.
But they did.
that.
Yeah. So what they did in 2014 that they didn't have warm up at all. So they just extended the race. It was 2 weeks, and then
Okay, so that
Australia
started
they
in
did.
2014.
Yeah, 2016 they did have a warm up, and they had it the race shortened. Then in 2018 they had a warm up, but they still extended the race.
Because a lot of people didn't go. Look, to be fair, it was Australia. It's an expensive trip. Everybody in Europe's going to be at this race, right? I think.
Yeah, pretty much.
That. What do you think about this? Are these races important? Do these people need to go to these races? I mean,
I think it helps, but it's not sort of like that you have to go.
really?
Like, you can win this race easily without going. I mean, Ongaro didn't go last time and he beat everyone.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a little bit. We'll talk about that
But
because that's actually
helps,
my thought.
but it's not like it definitely helps, but it's not like you.
Well, I would
come
think
from
that the
fifth to
I
third.
think more Americans. Look, I get it. It's expensive to go over there. I'm not expecting every top American driver to go over there. Not expecting that, but I would expect Cavallari, Fend, Mayfield.
Yeah.
I know Tebow ain't going. I know a lot of this has to do with vaccinations too, as well. I'm not gonna sit here and say it doesn't. But how many, like for Cav, Tebow, Mayfield, how many chances do they have left to win a world championship? So
Yeah, not much really.
yeah, they don't have much chance to win a world championship. I mean, I would say that out of those three, Mayfield has 3 more, including this one. So he has 2 after this one.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I like Tebow and I like Cavallari, but I don't know if they have 3 more worlds in them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would take these guys into the 40s.
I'm kind of would like to say that, like, I don't think they even have this one either. Like, even if they went to warm
this
up.
is look. If there is a worlds that Mayfield was going to win, I think it's this year.
Oh no, I mean Tebow and Cavallari. Mayfield, yeah, 100%. He, in my books, he's the number 1, number 2 favorite to win. Really.
Yeah, but you can't never count out Tebow and Cavallari, ever. Not in a world situation.
Like, yeah,
it's
you're
so much
right.
competition.
You are right, because Tebow and Cavallari are the type of guys who then step up hugely at the Worlds. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't really see it. Yeah, I don't really see it. But I'm not too confident to say that they have no chance. But I don't think their chances.
Right, they're not in your top 5.
big.
I wouldn't. You would be surprised if they won. That's
100%.
Okay, because there's so much competition. I will be honest with you. I think right now, coming out of America, the 3 people that will. Wow, I don't know, man. If Riv can go in now and Tasman, I think they're gonna be a bit more of an advantage. But
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't put out Rivkin to be.
No, not at all.
Either. Yeah,
not at all. And now that he's going to the warm up, I think his chances are even better.
Yeah, just depends really on tires if they have something that works.
I think it doesn't matter. They'll run whatever works. I think at the end of the day. I think here's what I think. I think Jason Ronogoen's good because he'll get feedback on tires and all that stuff. That's the big thing. They're going to win tires.
Yeah.
Mugen's going to have Borak. They're going to have Battier over there so they can relay.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised Drake isn't over there. Well, Drake would go.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it seems weird that they wouldn't send anyone out from America.
What?
Not even like Truhi or someone.
To be honest,
Truhi could go on holiday.
These guys need, I think, because look, when I talk so let's all right. Let's rewind it a little bit. I remember Greg Degani saying when he went to win his world championship, he went down to Uruguay for a month to practice, right? And he always tells me this story. Nobody thought he'd win, and he won, and everybody says he got lucky. Yeah, well, there is some luck in racing. That's not, And I hate how people lately have been kind of downplaying the worlds. If Mayfield doesn't ever win a 8-skill world championship, or Cavalier or Tebow, these guys, if they don't ever win one before they retire, it does not take away from their accomplishments and what they've done in RC. You know what I mean? There's lots of great racers out there that have not won a worlds. Just like there's lots of great footballers or quarterbacks in NFL that haven't won a Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a very hard race to win, and everybody says it's about luck, and it's a luck of the day, and maybe that has something to do with it. But at one point, don't think like Greg Degani didn't prepare for that race and won it. Don't think that it's still a lot of preparation and effort put into this. And like I remember saying this one time, I asked Joseph. This is before I kind of knew Ronnefalk and all this. I said, "Hey JQ, how much do you think?" Like when I first got to meet JQ and we started, I said, "How much do you think Ronnefalk made off of the worlds, like with contingency and all that stuff?" And he said, "Probably about 30 grand from everybody." And I was like, "Wow, that's a good bit of money." He goes, "Yeah, but how many years of hard work and sacrifice and everything that he put into to get that? When you think about that, you know what I mean? It's not really that much. I mean, it's good, but it's not that much." So every person that has won a world championship, they have put in work at some time. Look, Cody King won a world championship. Cody King was good at that time and put in good work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think we've come to this point, and I've seen this narrative in the industry, like where the world championships don't mean nothing. Look, I am the biggest critic of IFMAR, AFRA, RAW, and all these freaking federations, but I still believe in the prestige, in the significance of the world championships, of the European championships, and of the US national championships, and even the South America, like, the Farmar side, South American championships. And these are big, these are prestigious races. And in my opinion, that's the only thing that's keeping these organizations going, is the prestige of these races. But I don't want people to downplay what a world championship means. You know what I mean? Nor do I want people to go in and say, "Oh, this world will have an asterisk because a bunch of American guys didn't go because they didn't want to get vaccinated." I don't want to see that. Like, I don't want to hear that.
Yeah.
Because that's a choice that you don't want to get vaccinated. You know what I mean? And you don't go. And that's fine. I'm fine if that's being your choice. Like, you know what I mean? I have no issue with that. But that doesn't deter from this still being a fucking world championship. And if maybe 3 or 4 top Americans don't go because of that, and somebody else wins it, I don't want to hear that, because that was a choice. It's always a choice to go. I mean, we've had worlds like this. We had Jakarta where people didn't want to go because they thought it was dangerous, and it wasn't even fucking dangerous. We had people that went down to South Africa that time and thought it was dangerous. And so besides all of that, I think this is the most important worlds for our hobby right now, for these federations, for IFMAR, for all these federations, because right now they're all being held at such, right now for the first time in all of their time, they're being held accountable for stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and not only that, like this is the fucking world championships. We only get these twice a year. We haven't had one in 4 years now.
Once in 2 years, not twice a year, but yeah.
Sorry, once in 2 years, once every 2 years.
Yeah.
We haven't had, and we're gonna have one on this European track. Excuse me for a second. Excuse me, I'm getting excited. We're gonna have one on this giant European track, like this gem of a track. Like, as a RC fan, as a racer, I just want to do a tank on this track one day in life. You know what I mean? That's all. I'm happy with going there and being on the driver's stand and watching guys do tanks. I think we're not making a big enough deal about this fucking worlds, and we need to make a bigger deal about it.
Yeah,
because it's important.
Yeah, I think, like, especially Americans and sort of the American market, like during COVID, it sort of turned more inwards.
Right. Well, America was
focusing on themselves because they were the only guys running, really.
Racing. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think kind of has now sort of evolved into the situation we're now, which is like, looks like a few of the, I mean, probable winners seems to be not going to the World.
I mean, I think, I have to wonder what they're not going to the warm-ups. You know what I mean? I have to wonder, like, what's going on? Why aren't they at the warm-ups? Like, you know what I mean? I mean, I don't know. I'm just trying to look. I think people are downplaying the importance of the World Championship. I really do. With that said, and not only that, we're going on. You're talking about a European style track where it's going to be, it's not 90-degree jump, 30-degree corner jump. It's, man, I've watched races. If you guys haven't watched it, go look up Redovan Spain. Go look up the Neo race 2018. Probably some of the best video. Or the 2015 Euros. This track is all about corner speed, dude. If you lift, you're losing 2-3 positions. That's how fast it is if you're not out front, flying out front. You know what I mean? Like, if you're in that mid-pack and you lift off one of those corners or make a little mistake, you're just going to drop because guys are just going so fast. Now, I hope they change the track a little bit for the Worlds, but we're going to talk about the World warm-up. You're going to be there tomorrow. You got all the top drivers going there. Do these guys take this serious and go out full hardcore to race? Or are we going to see guys do this more like a test? Because you had some theory about this with Jorn Newman and all that stuff too. What do you think? I think these guys are going to race. Race.
Oh, I mean, there are some people who like race. Like they don't test much during the race, but most people do. Like Robert and David, I know they do test a lot. I don't know much about Ongaro. I don't think he changes much in his setup in between races. He usually just like tries tires or something. But yeah, I mean, we'll definitely see a race, but a lot of people sort of the important days are the days after the race, the Monday and the Tuesday, you know,
right?
Like
I
when
agree.
you get to test and practice. So that's what most people sort of value the most.
But I think that every single racer that's going to just race once a minute. Why? Confidence. We got confidence going into a World Championship. We got confidence going into the Euros. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think all these guys want to win. Now, who's going to win? I think, as much as I think Southern Nats is going to be great and all that stuff, the reason I'm so upset there's no coverage is because I've watched. I don't get me wrong. I love watching the Americans race. I've watched them race for 2 years. We watched them for 2 years race a lot. Happy about that. I want to see these Europeans race on a track like this. And then we have a few Americans and one Canadian over there. Like, even better.
Yeah.
Like, because it's not very often that Americans get over to Europe to race. So
yeah,
I think, man, I don't even know who to pick at this race, Max. I got to pick the Viking because it's my boy. But I don't know if I want to pick him because then I still might be jinxing people, even though I said I'm not jinxing people. So I'm going to go full in. Viking should have won this race in 2015. Had a server go out. I don't know. I don't know who to pick. Canas, Battier, all these guys are faster. I want to see.
Very good at this track, though.
I know. I wouldn't be surprised if he wins, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised at all.
I think Canas, Ongaro, Ronnefalk are the most likely winners.
Really? You don't think anybody's going to... You don't think... What do you think Rivkin and Tessman are going to do? And if he aren't sure that he's good...
Tessman could be okay. I mean, they both... Like, I could see them both finishing from, like, 3rd to 5th, but I can't really see them, like, win. Yeah, I think Berton is 1 and Bate.
You forgot about him?
Sort of, yeah, those two are definitely going to be in the mix. And
we got Boots.
Yeah, Barufalo,
Boots won her.
Boots, I don't think is going to be that fast, but he'll be okay. Barufalo is interesting. He could be really, really fast.
I really want to see Barufalo her.
Really, really bad. Either one of those.
Well, I think you'll have Wiggins there, and I think Wiggins is going to help him out a lot. I hope.
You think? How will Wiggins?
Wiggins is pretty scientist mode. Like, I think actually Techno sending Wiggins over there is probably the smartest thing they did, because he would gather. Okay. He's going to gather so much. That guy's like a sponge. He's going to gather so much info.
Good.
So I think that's why he's going over there to like get info.
Yeah.
And figure out what the cars need to work over there. That's what I think's happening. I'm not saying that he can't do well. You know what I mean? But I don't have Wiggins winning the worlds. Sorry. That's how I see it. But I do see him gathering great information to relay to the team when he gets back to America. So, all right. You're gonna be there. I'll be picking your brain. The track's the same. The track. Oh, are they treating the surface? Do you know? Or leaving?
I don't know, but it didn't look. It didn't look.
It looked natural.
treated.
It looked natural.
Yeah.
So, Mike, now does it get rough if it lets? Now at Neo, did they treat it or did they leave it natural?
They left it natural, I think. And it didn't get rough, but it did get a few sort of ruts, and it does get a bit dusty.
Okay. Do you what was you running tire wise back then? Was it J Concepts?
Yeah, so I ran. It polished up after the rain, so I ran green triple Ds then, because it was really cold.
Right.
But probably probably softs, most likely softs, or if it gets hot, which it seems like it is, probably longwear softs, or if it gets soft and dry, then probably mediums. But
dude, I'm
if
so
it
glad you're going
stays
to this
sort of
race.
polished, it's probably longwear soft or soft.
I'm so glad you're going. Like, we're gonna have such fun recapping this race next week.
Yeah.
We're gonna have so much
Yeah,
fun.
I know. I'll take some footage too. I'll try it.
Yeah, hopefully. I want interviews. That's all I want. I don't care how many you do, how many whatever. I know you're gonna be busy. I think, all right, so I'm taking my picks for this. I'm sticking by my boy. Viking all the way. Win.
Yeah. I'll go
Ungaro.
with David also.
Let's just put it this way. I'm going with David, but I cannot be fucking surprised if Ungaro can win this.
Yeah.
And then I'm actually got Rivkin in my top 5.
Yeah.
But I can see him being top 3.
So what's your top 3?
I'm gonna go Ronnefalk, Ungaro, Rivkin.
Okay. Yeah, I like Ronnefalk too. I think he could win this race.
Do you think the C-Hub car would do well here?
Yeah, and I don't know which one he's running right now, but yeah,
It looked like he had the front arms on his car. Upper arms,
both cars are good here. Like both type of setups, I think.
All right, so
yeah, so Ronnefalk, I'll take. Ronnefalk's for the win. Second and third is quite hard. I'd go Canas and Tessman. Ongara out with a technical, maybe.
I can see that. I can see that. Oh, we didn't even talk about Coelho.
Oh yeah, he's going too. Yeah, maybe if it's untreated, maybe a bit too low grip for him.
Figueredo is looking hot right now in e-buggy. I don't know if it's been transferred to nitro buggy.
I think the Kyosho e-buggy is fucking good.
Really good.
Yeah, I think
really good.
I think it's really light, and then the balance is very good because the packs are very wide up on the car.
Yeah.
So I think their e-buggy is really good to drive. That's why all of them are really fast in e-buggy.
All right. So, dark horse. We didn't do this for Southern Nets. Who's your dark horse for Southern Nets? Who you think's gonna do well and gonna blow everybody away?
I'd say Tyler Jones. I'll go with him.
I'm gonna say I'm picking Seth. I want Seth to do well.
Okay.
And I'm not to say that it's a dark horse. I just, want him to do well. I want Tyler. I want Northern guys to do well. World's Warmup. Who's gonna be a dark horse?
I kind of want to pick Berton, but then again, I don't really see him winning. And if he finishes second or third, that's not really a dark horse because he's been doing that before. So yeah, that's gonna be tough. I don't know who are you thinking of?
I mean, he doesn't have to win, but I can see him doing really well. Polito.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe one of these young Spanish drivers, Parente.
Yeah, Polito is also like running Kyosho. I think Kyosho is good on this track too.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Interesting.
yeah, I like Polito.
Yeah.
I Figueredo, Polito, both of those I'd like to see do well here.
Okay.
Big track, you need like to trust your car. Yeah, I think they could do good.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Who you guys think's gonna do well? Let us know in the comments when we release this. And yeah. All right, Max. You know what? We're gonna go into our final segment of today. My question. It's kind of like we used to do these before, but it's the TNR fuels, Don and Quiet. Here at the NNRC, we're all about that glory, and the glory is nitro. That's all it's gonna be about this weekend at your World Warmups. Ooh, right? TNR Fuels is the hottest fuel on the market at the moment, owned and operated by Chris Nelson and his family, made by racers for racers. TNR Fuels is currently available throughout the USA, and he's got that fuel in a lot of hobby shops, so check him out. If you want to run the fuel and you want to get it in your hobby shop, or you just want to support the company, check them out at www.tnrfuels.com or contact Chris directly at chris@tnrfuels.com. You can also find them on HRC, House of RC, and Facebook. Shoot him a message. He'll get back to you. Good people. They got a big project going on. I'm super excited about that. I need to hit him up and see what's going on. Last time I talked, like he's just the still in escrow and doing things like that. Lots of work. So check them out. Also, Max, tires. You can't race without tires. Cannot race without tires. And Lugs Racing has over 55 years of combined RC experience. They've been testing treads, wheels, and rubber for performance. You can try out the Lugs Econ tires that are developed with racing budgets in mind, high quality but lower cost, passed on savings to you, the racer. Or you can try their premium line, the Lugs race tires, for pure performance made using Lugs custom molds and proprietary rubber compound. Tires are available in medium, soft, super soft, mega soft, and now long wear, and they do have truggy tires in stock. Visit www.lugsracing.com. Use the promo code NNRC Lugs, and you will save 25% off your order. So check them out. Show them some love. Thank you to Lugs. Thank you to TNR Fuels. We greatly appreciate all the love. Max, my Down and Quiet. We was almost treading on this a little bit. And when we was talking about the World's Warmup, but real quick, I kind of want to talk about this because you think it doesn't make a difference. But I do. Can the guys that do not attend the warm-up, when they don't win, let's say Mayfield doesn't win or Cavallari doesn't win, or these guys that don't win, can they then say that they done everything that they could possibly do to win a world championship? I don't want to hear.
100% no.
I don't want to hear this excuse. I do not want to hear this excuse either. Oh, well, then guys got to go to the warm-up. Oh, you could have went too. You could go too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to hear, hey, but then guys got so, it's the home track. You could go over there and you could be right there right now. You could do the race and you can spend a few days over there testing. I think that if they don't win this and they didn't go to this race to get some practice, because this isn't like going to DNC and, not taking any, this isn't like, this is a complete and different monster, this type of track. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I remember when Greg Degani said he told Cody King and Ryan Mayfield one time when the Worlds was in Vegas, why don't you guys go get an apartment in Vegas and just go there and practice as much as you can? They said it's just another race. This is not just another race. This is the fucking World Championships in Europe on a monster of a track, on a track that you don't even see in America. Like, you know what I mean? I think that Spencer Rifkin is super smart. He's going over there to get the best chances that he can to win World Championship. Wiggins, I think, is over there to gather information for Techno. I think that's smart. I don't know if Techno would have benefit by sending Seth Van Dalen or Tyler Jones her. It would have been a benefit for Tebow to go her, I think. But that story, like Tebow's, he's on the vaccination, he's not good. That's fine. Or until that's fine. I'm shocked at like Mayfield and Cavallari. I'm shocked that TLR hasn't sent anybody there. I'm shocked more at that.
That's weird. Yeah,
because TLR I heard Fenn was supposed to go.
Yeah, like that will make sense that he would be there.
There is no TLR presence over there. Like there's nobody over there to gather information, all this type of stuff. So Fenn has Fenn has another 10 worlds in him, I would say. You know what I mean? So does Rifkin.
Yeah.
So does these other guys. But Cavallari, Tebow, Mayfield, even though I think Mayfield can still win when he's in his 40s. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to hear that the excuse that we didn't go to the warm-up. And guys, yeah, they went to these guys who are going to the warm-up, they're getting every chance they get to win a world championship. And I think that if these guys don't go, they can't sit down and truly say to themselves, like these guys who didn't go to this warm-up, that I did not do everything possible to win a world championship. This is not just another race. This is a race that only a few people, not a few, but only a limited amount of people have won in their life. In all of RC, there's like, 20 guys that have won this, I think? You know?
Yeah,
This isn't...
Yeah, just
it isn't like 8 scale onward where Lamberto Colares won it 10,000 times, you know? Or where we have like how many world championships has Cavallari won in 10 scale, and how many world championships has Tebow won, and Mayfield has 2, you know? But not like this is different. Like Tessman has one, Cody King has one, Greg Degani has one, Pavitas has one, Ronnefalk has one, and Ongaro has one. And that's something that all these guys don't have. And I think that honestly, them not going to the warm-up is going to hurt them. I think. Maybe not Mayfield so much.
Yeah.
The saving grace with Mayfield is Rona's there. So we know Rona's over there. We know Rona is like gathering, like that's just as good as having Drake there, I would say. Maybe not car-wise, but definitely tire-wise. He's got Battier, I guess, to bounce ideas off. And I just think, like, out of the main Americans, like, okay, I'll be honest, like, I think there's, I don't know, like, I just don't feel like they're doing it all. I think they should go. I think they should have went. I think you should take any possible chance to race on this track, especially knowing that you know that there's going to be people that have way more time on this track than you. I get it that it costs money to send people over her. I also get that maybe it's not a big deal to people, and that the Southern Nationals is more money, like contingency and all that type of stuff for these guys. And they don't have to fly internationally. But I just feel like at the end of the day, in September, after the Worlds is done, and whoever wins, and it could be Mayfield, it could be Fenn, it could be any of these guys we're talking about. But if that person did not go to the Worlds warm-up, they can't truly say that they've done everything possible to win a world championship.
Yeah. I mean, I agree, but I don't think it's sort of if you don't go to the warm up that you're gonna suck or you can't win. That's
I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Yeah. But I mean, like if someone,
we heard it.
Yeah.
You heard us all the time. But them guys went to the warm up.
Yeah.
The
thing is, like, it helps when it helps, but when it doesn't, it doesn't. Like, sometimes I've gone to the Euros warm-up and I've done really well out there and I tested and everything was good, and then the Euros I sucked. And sometimes I've not gone to the Euro warm-up at all, and then I was really, really good at the race. So it just, like, to me, all you need to do is to know how to set up your car when the grip level is like this, or when the bumps are like this. You know, that's pretty much it. And what tire to pick when
I don't know if it's that too. See, I get that. I think it's the driving style that this track will require. No, I think where the experience kicks in will be guys like Tebow, Cav, Mayfield. I think where people will struggle is the younger guys who ain't raced on a track like this before. So, yeah, I don't know, man. And also the fan in me just wants to see these guys race as much as possible against each other too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I was
that's a big part of that.
I was kind of waiting for like the Ongaro, Mayfield, or like David and Fenn and everyone, like the top guys from each continent, like facing it off at each other. But yeah, I guess we have to wait for the Worlds.
Yeah, I understand it costs a lot of money too. I understand that. And but I look at Rivkin, I look at Tasman and Wiggins, and if the other guy goes too, I just think that these guys are smart. Like, you know what I mean? I think that they want to win. And and you know what? We haven't talked about Bornholm in this and his form either. And he's got all of S-Works over there to help him out. Like, can I so much, all that information. Like, I think if he goes, or if he attends, or if it is, I think it helps him a lot. I think being there helps Rifkin. I think Wiggin. I think all these guys, it helps them. Sorry, it does.
Yeah, I think so too. But
yeah. I don't know. We'll see. It's going to be an exciting weekend. I'm excited for you. What time do you leave tomorrow?
8 a.m.
Okay.
Well, that's
what
my
time do you
flight,
get in
so
Spain?
I'm at Spain in noon, I think. At noon.
Okay, so it's not that far. You have fun. Hey, also, if you guys have been listening to this podcast, let us know what you think, who your picks are for the World's Warm-Up, who your picks are for Southernets. Put them in the comments. Also, let us know, Don and Quiet, do you think that if the guys who didn't attend the World's Warm-Up, they're doing everything to possibly win the Worlds or not? Let us know how you feel about that. Yeah, Max, you know what? Safe travels to Europe, to Spain.
No.
You don't need a hoodie there, I would say. It's probably hot there, so don't take your hoodie at all. But you'll probably take it.
Yeah.
He's like, oh yeah. Don't forget to take your microphone.
Yeah, well, I will try to get some filming
Even if you
done.
just do it with your phone, man, just go up there and interview. It's good enough. That's all. We can stitch that together and send it up. People want to know what's going on. Let's get some. I hope you can. I know you're going to be busy. I know you're there to look after Ronnefalk. So I'm not worried about that. You're to look after Ronnefalk and keep Joseph from committing suicide. Not physical suicide, but mental suicide. He does that all the time. Have fun. Everybody that's traveling to Southern Nats this week, safe travels. Everybody's traveling to the Euro warm-up, safe travels. Have fun. It's good to see a lot of racing going on. Everybody have fun. Good luck to everybody. I hope you guys are listening to this on your way or while you're sitting in the pits. If you are, send me your pics from where you're racing this weekend. That's what I want to see. Post them up. Let's see where you guys are racing. Tag me in it. I want to see all of that. I'm going to be watching Southern Nats. Actually, I might go do something Sunday. I might go to a flying event here, so I might be busy doing that. So, but I will be following it. And then, you know what? We're going to have Max back next week after he comes for testing. Maybe we'll get JQ in her. We'll have a good recap of the Euro warm-ups, and I'll see who I can find to come on and talk about Southern Nationals, but we'll be able to watch a lot of that. And I'm looking forward to good racing from both of them. And I hope in a unicorn's fart in a rainbow world that somehow we get some sort of coverage from this Euro warm-ups race. It will be on the NNRC podcast. I will share all links to that, Discord, and my personal Facebook. Max, I know you're tired. You got to go. It's 3-something. Have fun. Safe travels. Just kick JQ in the balls for me. Tell him,
I will.
Let's win this shit. Oh, what's the over and under? What are we doing? Is JQ going to make the semis directly, or is he going to have to bump? No? Is he going to make the semis, period?
He's not going to, no.
Oh, I can hear the bitterness. Is that what it felt like to lose to JQ, that you're so bitter now? But you know what?
No, I'm not even bitter. I'm just realistic. Like, I don't even want to entertain the idea that he could do that.
All right. Well, Max, safe travels. Thank you, everybody, for listening in. You know what? Shout out to the NNRC squad around the world. We can't do this without you guys. Thank you for all the support. Remember, if you haven't gone over to our YouTube and hit that notification button, that sub button, that like button, please help us out. Leave comments. It helps us get in the algorithms, all that type of stuff. If you're listening to us on audio, leave reviews. It helps. We just need you to leave stuff. Even if you hate it, leave a review. I don't care. Just leave a review. If you dislike it, dislike it. Let me know what I need to put in my Techno 410 as well. Or lead me to somewhere I could get some good electronics for it. Also, patrons of the podcast, I do apologize. No patron pod or early release this week. We will make it up to you next week. I do apologize. Blame him. Actually, blame JQ. We can blame JQ for this one. when in doubt, always blame JQ. It's my motto anyway.
Yeah.
He likes to
I
blame
like
me for everything. So all JQ's fault why we didn't have a patron only pod. But maybe he'll make up for it next week. Shout out to all the sponsors, man. We can't do it without those guys either. Thank you guys for all the love. Invisible Speed, TZO 200 Tires, High Tech RCD, TNR Fuels, Mayako, Beach RC, Techno RC, Lugs Racing Tires, JQSM, G-Spec RC Tuning, Papa Willie's Traction Tonic, Racecraft USA, Clinic RC, RCGP, House of RC, the DR Race Shop, JTP RC, and new sponsor, Sun Padao USA. Remember, everybody, links and coupon codes, affiliate links, all in the written description of this podcast. Show them some love. Show the podcast some love. Max, Nitros to Glory, E-Buggy pays the bills, safe trips to the warm-ups, have fun, learn a lot, get interviews, fucking keep JQ in line, make sure the Viking wins, all that stuff. You know, do a good job, and I will see you next week. Lefty and Max are out. Yeah, we're out. We're out. Short intro. Short outro. Oh, where is it?